What is it about Taylor Swift that has us hooked, not just on her music but also on every aspect of her lifestyle? You've probably asked yourself this question as you've watched Taylor Swift transform from a country music prodigy into a global pop superstar. With chart-topping albums, a highly successful career, and a massive fan following, Taylor Swift has achieved the kind of fame that very few can even dream of. But there's something else about her that has captured the public's attention in recent years, her evolving sense of style. The question is Taylor Swift's fashion just a backdrop to her music, or is it a reflection of her growing status as a cultural icon? In this in-depth exploration, we'll dive into her journey, how her fashion choices have shifted over time, and why her current love affair with luxury bags might just be the latest chapter in the story of her life. But first, let's rewind a little. Early style evolution, from country roots to pop princess. Taylor Swift's early style was closely tied to her image as a country music sweetheart. In the beginning, she favored a more girl-next-door vibe, flowing dresses, cowboy boots, and vintage accessories. Think back to the release of her debut album in 2006, where she exuded innocence and youth in every performance. Her clothes were soft, feminine, and simple, reflecting the wholesome country girl persona she carefully cultivated. During this phase, Swift's bags were subtle and uncomplicated. They didn't scream designer, but rather, they seemed to match her humble, small-town roots. She carried bags that were practical, something that fit her easygoing lifestyle at the time. It wasn't about luxury, it was about being approachable. Her fashion choices were intentional but not necessarily high fashion. And yet, there was always a sense that she was carefully curating an image. Fast forward the transition to luxury, entering the designer bag era. As Taylor Swift's career continued to skyrocket, so did her fashion choices. Gone were the simpler handbags of her earlier days. Instead, she began to embrace the luxury fashion world with more deliberate choices. The pop star was no longer just wearing clothes, she was making bold statements with her wardrobe. But what was the catalyst for this change? Was it simply an inevitable evolution, or did something else drive this fashion shift? When we look back at Swift's transformation, it's hard to ignore the significance of her relationship with the world of high fashion. As she began attending more exclusive events and collaborating with top designers, her wardrobe naturally started reflecting her new position. Designer bags became an integral part of her style, shifting from being a functional accessory to a statement of her newfound star power. The Dior saddle bag, a signature piece. Perhaps no bag has become more synonymous with Taylor Swift's style than the Dior saddle bag. Known for its iconic shape and luxurious design, the Dior saddle bag has a history that stretches back to the late 90s, thanks to its creation by John Galliano for Christian Dior. Initially embraced by style icons like Carrie Bradshaw on Sex and the City, the bag quickly gained a reputation as a high-fashion staple. Taylor Swift's recent love affair with this particular bag has garnered significant attention. When she was spotted carrying the Dior saddle bag in Kansas City in late 2024, fans couldn't help but notice the subtle yet stylish shift in her fashion choices. The version she chose was a sleek, ultramatte black version of the bag, which added an air of sophistication to her casual outfit of denim cutoffs, cowboy boots, and a leather bomber jacket. But why this particular bag? For one, the Dior saddle bag is the ultimate symbol of luxury, and by carrying it, Taylor is undoubtedly making a statement. But beyond that, the bag has an almost nostalgic connection to the fashion world. As Swift's career has evolved, so too has her style, with the Dior saddle bag serving as a perfect metaphor for this transformation. It's a bag that speaks to both timeless elegance and modern style, a fusion that mirrors Swift's musical evolution from country to pop and now, into a fully realized style icon. Changing fashion priorities, the rise of designer logos. Before her dive into the world of luxury handbags, Taylor Swift was known for wearing understated, low-key accessories. She often carried bags from lesser-known brands that didn't showcase prominent logos or flashy designs. Her choices reflected a desire for simplicity and a reluctance to embrace the in-your-face nature of luxury fashion. She was all about authenticity, something that resonated with her early fans and fit her image at the time. But as her career has grown, so has her fashion sense. Swift now embraces recognizable logos and luxurious materials. The shift from understated to unmistakably designer is a significant one. What changed? The answer likely lies in the evolution of her public persona. As Taylor Swift moved further into the spotlight, she began to embrace a more refined, polished look, one that was as luxurious as her music career. She is no longer just the girl next door, she's now a global icon who has mastered the art of high fashion. And her bag collection is proof of this. From the Dior saddle bag to other designer pieces, Swift's accessories reflect her personal growth and how her fashion choices now align with her elevated status in the entertainment industry. What does this mean for Swift's brand? There's no doubt that Taylor Swift's personal brand is a carefully crafted one. Every outfit, every bag, and every accessory seems to be part of a larger narrative about who she is and where she stands in the cultural zeitgeist. As Swift enters what some have called her designer bag era, it's clear that she's tapping into a new level of sophistication and luxury. In recent months, she's been spotted carrying bags from renowned designers like Chanel, Gucci, and Balenciaga, making it clear that she's no longer just associated with affordable, accessible fashion. Instead, she's fully immersed in the world of high-end fashion, where bags are no longer just accessories, but powerful statements about wealth, taste, and influence. The Dior saddle bag, in particular, seems to serve as her signature piece, as it's not only a fashion statement but a reflection of her new chapter. But what does this say about the relationship between fame and fashion? For Swift, it's clear that fashion is just as important as her music when it comes to crafting an image. In fact, as she becomes more famous, the line between the two becomes increasingly blurred. Fans and the media are watching her every move, not just when she's on stage, but when she's out in the world, shopping or traveling. Everything she wears is analyzed and scrutinized. And with each new luxury bag, Swift is telling a story about who she is today and what she's become. The power of fashion, a statement beyond style. Fashion is a language, a way to communicate without words. For someone like Taylor Swift, who has spent much of her career in the spotlight, fashion becomes a tool to express her identity, her values, and her personal evolution. The designer bags she carries are more than just accessories, they are symbols of her success, her journey, and the transformation she has undergone over the years. It's also worth noting that Taylor Swift's fashion choices influence the masses. Fans everywhere look to her for style inspiration, often emulating her looks and, yes, even seeking out the same designer bags she carries. Swift's influence in the fashion world is undeniable, and her embrace of luxury fashion only amplifies this power. Moreover, her style choices have evolved with the times, adapting to her changing public persona and career trajectory. As Swift continues to redefine herself, her fashion choices will undoubtedly reflect this ongoing reinvention. The question is, how far will she go in embracing the world of luxury? Will we see her take even bolder steps in the future? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, Taylor Swift's love for designer bags is here to stay. Conclusion: a new era of luxury. Taylor Swift's current fashion choices represent a shift toward a more luxurious, designer-focused style that reflects her growth as both a global music icon and a cultural force. With her signature Dior saddle bag and other high-end accessories, Swift is showing the world that her image is as carefully curated as her music. For Swift, the transition from understated bags to high-fashion accessories is more than just a style change. It's a reflection of her evolving identity as an artist, a public figure, and a cultural influencer. As she continues to dominate the music scene, her presence in the world of fashion will only grow stronger, with each bag she carries serving as a powerful symbol of her success and the luxury that now surrounds her. In the end, Taylor Swift's journey is far from over. The question is, What's next for the superstar as she continues to shape her legacy? Will she continue to embrace luxury fashion, or will she surprise us with a new direction altogether? One thing is certain, whatever she chooses, the world will be watching, and, most likely, following her lead.